For the record, I'm going to have to cut through this video quickly as I have a time limit much shorter than usual. I'm just kidding, but time limits play an unfortunate role with a lot of these results. Also, WWE went from having WrestleMania-sized super shows in Saudi Arabia to having their traditional events take part. I'll be honest, I like the separate format better, because now we just know that Saudi Arabia will host WrestleMania itself when this 10-year deal is up.
Then, now, forever, together.
The intro was doing just fine when it was first created in 2018. Adding this annoying narration of then, now, forever, together is, well, annoying. If Bianca Belair wanted to reinvent the brutality of the Elimination Chamber, she ain't really gonna have much luck with the current design of the structure. Poor everyone in the Elimination Chamber event, just a casualty so Brock Lesnar can face Roman Reigns for 2 world titles at WrestleMania. What could possibly go wrong with that? Next. Roman Reigns does know that he can say no to Goldberg, right? I mean, it's not like Goldberg earned this match or anything. Also, where's the logic in Goldberg getting yet another title match here? If the answer is the fact that they never faced off at WrestleMania 36, then why did Goldberg wait until now to challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal title? Could have done it at any point in the 540 plus days that Roman has been the champion. Holy shit, this video package refuses to end. No wonder they went over the time limit for Saudi Arabian television. Unnecessary outdoor fireworks are unnecessary. I mean, the Jeddah Superdome is a closed-roof stadium where nobody in the audience can see outside their seats. So what's the point of the fireworks? Especially when there are so many beautiful fireworks exploding with nobody in the stadium to see them. Not gonna lie, placing the Universal Championship as the first match on the card was a good idea, since we all know how short this is going to be, and with more important matches on the card, it's good to get this over with.
And get back to who I am.
Goldberg has gotten back to who he was several times over the last 5 to 6 years. What more is left for him to do now?
Nobody cares. You wanna know why? Because I'm here now.
Actually, I was thinking of a completely different reason to why we don't care about Goldberg getting yet another title match, but sure, let's go with that.
I'm the greatest Universal Champion of all time.
Not exactly a proud lineage given the qualities of over 50% of the title reigns of the Universal Championship.
I'm gonna Goldberg.
Yet not a single spear was connected by Roman Reigns throughout this entire match, nor a reference to a jackhammer by Roman, so I guess the sin here is unkeepable promises. Why does Roman Reigns keep entering first these days? He's the Universal Champion and the final boss of the company. I get that it's Goldberg, but that does not and should not matter. The Usos wish Roman Reigns good luck and go backstage to prepare for their own upcoming match, which ends up not happening at all tonight. Time constraints again. After telling Jeddah to acknowledge him as their tribal chief, Roman Reigns offers the microphone back to Paul Heyman, who forgot to acknowledge that he's supposed to take it from him. Also, even after Roman demanded that the fans in attendance acknowledge him, there's still another 1 minute before Goldberg's music hits. What's taking so long here? I guess someone told Goldberg that there was no time for him to be entering through the locker room first. Come straight to gorilla position before we play your music. Time is running short here. Normally, this pre-match stare-down would be intense, but I can't help but get distracted by Goldberg chomping down on his gum here. Probably should have spat it out prior to entering the ring. This match is only 6 minutes long, and the first 2 minutes is literally this. Damn, we get that the fans are chanting, but start wrestling already. We're on the clock here.
And now Roman Reigns!
Wow. For once, I'll take a sin off for that spear from Goldberg. The way he tackled Roman Reigns down was actually awesome. This match quickly ends with Roman Reigns suffocating Goldberg with a guillotine chokehold, and to me, that was a way better ending than a few Superman punches and spears. A submission loss isn't exactly common for Goldberg, just a reminder, so let's remove 5 sins. After WrestleMania 38 takes place, I never want to see or hear the word stupendous until after WrestleMania 39. Got it? We're only hyping up the main event now because since we're rushing a lot of our matches due to time constraints, it's practically coming up next.
The following is the
Big psych moment from WWE here. The graphics clearly showed the men's Elimination Chamber match coming up next, followed by a big promo package on the brutality of the Elimination Chamber and what the male participants will be facing. But nope, coming up next is the women's chamber match because we just got pranked, y'all. However, I'm honestly going to remove another 5 sins. Reason for that is because of how much insane progress WWE made when it comes to women competing in Saudi Arabia. The women's matches take up over half the runtime in in-ring action, not to mention being promoted on billboards in the country, which usually never happens. Ha, look at that. WWE removed the every 5 minutes rule because even they don't believe that anymore. Also, I'm going to honestly throw in 20 sins here. You see how it says at regularly scheduled intervals a pod door will open? Well, in this match, the time frame was shortened from 90 seconds to 2 minutes instead of the traditional 5 because we're on a time constraint. What network was so strict about the show being 170 minutes in total? Sure as hell wasn't Peacock. While yes, the women had to abide by the dress code laws in Saudi Arabia, I actually like this upgrade better than the t-shirts over the suits. Full-on bodysuits actually make the women look way hotter. Goes to show you don't need to show skin to be sexy. The commentators tried to pull a Christian Maracle by ignoring the trending topics for 30 seconds until Vince McMahon was like, "I'm not taking it off the screen until you acknowledge it, damn it!" Britney Spears, Liv Morgan. Okay, if Alexa Bliss was always going to be the final wrestler to enter the pod, then why didn't she enter before Nikki ASH and Liv Morgan? What does it benefit to have Alexa enter the cage last? There's literally an available pod for either Nikki or Liv to occupy, and the entrances are supposed to be first come, first served. Who cares if there's a swing in there? I'd still go inside that pod.
In this matchup, you're looking for an early elimination.
Nikki ASH stood in position and literally cupped her hands so Liv Morgan could connect a Hurricane Run on her. Not even 10 seconds into the match and it's already looking bad. Oh yeah, I forgot to add my annual sin for the entire existence of this bouncy playhouse posing as a false Elimination Chamber cage. I'm more surprised that Alexa Bliss didn't feel at home bouncing on the outside like a trampoline. I missed the real Elimination Chamber.
Again, the implosion. Oh!
That was Nikki's own fault for getting distracted by Alexa doing absolutely nothing, resulting in Liv Morgan taking advantage. After all these years, why am I still asking this question? Why is the spotlight shining on Bianca Belair's pod when she has obviously exited last after winning the gauntlet match on Raw? Elimination Chamber pod cams. Those always annoyed me because the pod is too damn small to have some sort of security system in it.
The Royal Rumble was last month.
Corey Graves was saying that to both Nikki ASH for celebrating when nobody was eliminated and to the production team who keeps opening pods every 90 seconds.
Now Nikki Cross trying to climb.
I know, Michael. I missed the Nikki Cross name too, but unfortunately I gotta do my job and place a sin because you misidentified Nikki ASH. One of the few unfortunate parts of my job.
Ripley and she eliminates Nikki.
After so many matches between these two ended with Rhea Ripley getting the win, Rhea does it again, and it's likely going to cause these two to face off again and again.
Eliminated as Rhea now goes back.
Man, I really hate these strict time constraints. It made the Elimination Chamber matches tonight some of the most rushed in history, and that's very sad. Hell, I think this is the shortest event in Saudi Arabia to ever take place. Alexa Bliss is obviously next since Bianca Belair won the right to exit the pod last, so why not just hit the buzzer immediately after the countdown's over? And I've said this way too many times. Here's 100 more sins.
Shoulder tackle. Whoa! And now Liv Morgan sends Ripley flying.
Holy crap, you can't be serious, Michael. That was obviously Alexa Bliss who sent Rhea Ripley flying. Liv Morgan is the one dressed in red, looking like Britney Spears.
The only woman hung up as she bounced into the...
Doudrop deserves the removal of 5 sins here for being a fantastic performer and a safe worker. She's not impervious to making mistakes, but the moment she caused Liv Morgan's leg to get stuck in a dangerous position, she quickly set it free and made it look like she did that to cause even more damage. She's definitely earned respect. Alright, I gotta give Liv Morgan credit for that creative elimination on Doudrop. Perfectly executed the sunset flip powerbomb and capitalized with pressing down on Doudrop on the pinfall. Don't you just love it when two wrestlers work together to make something look awesome? I'm sorry, but Bianca Belair using one arm to keep Liv Morgan in the air is not that impressive when you can obviously see Liv doing most of the work here with her arm on Bianca's shoulder. Rhea Ripley trying to time a standing vertical suplex with Bianca Belair, but unfortunately Alexa Bliss's skirt has turned into a blindfold. What is this sorcery?
The counter. And now Belair with a close.
Not gonna lie, that combination of a clothesline and Alexa's DDT was perfectly executed. Quick as this match is, at least it had some great moments. With the short amount of time you got, at least make it worth it. And these ladies did just that.
Is it enough to put Belair wary?
Nope, unfortunately that sunset flip wasn't enough to put Belair wary. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. Holy shit, that was a perfect counter from Alexa Bliss's DDT. Flipping right through it is something I didn't see anyone attempting to do, so that stunned me. What are the odds that WWE simply put a WrestleMania sign on the stage graphics just on the very case that they accidentally set another actual sign on fire? This event is running on a strict 170-minute time limit, so naturally that means we have enough time to showcase this 5-minute video package for Bobby Lashley, along with 20 combined minutes of commercials throughout this entire night. WWE logic. Upon seeing Charlotte Flair standing in front of a giant diamond, I actually wonder if she is the true mastermind behind the Diamond Mine faction down in NXT 2.0. Dun dun dun! I bet Charlotte Flair knew that we were on a time constraint and chose to troll everyone by slowly walking down that long-ass ramp to the ring. What an asshole. WWE's production team was probably like, okay, she's not going to be in the ring for the next minute or two. Let's just play Sonya Deville's music and get this over with. While the rest of the women competed in full bodysuits, Ronda Rousey took advantage of the opportunity and wore a judo outfit to pay tribute to her fighting background. And that was an amazing idea for her to do. Just as we were about to get started on this tag team match, nope, we gotta show this video package of Ronda Rousey's previous run in WWE. Jeez, no wonder everything was rushed. They keep playing commercials and video packages every 20 minutes or so.
You have one arm.
I really don't think this referee was paying much attention to what he was doing in tying Ronda's arm behind her back, because she easily shifted her arm to rest by her side like it was nothing. Do better next time, dumbass. Heel wrestler fakes an injury, then reveals that they are healed when their opponent is compromised. Cliche.
2,000 ways to break anybody's arm. Oh, just like that!
That doesn't make any sense, Michael. Corey Graves said Ronda Rousey knows 1,000 ways to break someone's arm, but what Ronda did there was kick Sonya Deville in the head. How is that going to break Sonya's arm?
Months of misery, believe me, aren't going to go away in one night.
Naomi had every opportunity to hit a bulldog of some sorts on Sonya Deville, but chose to keep running to the corner. It looked more like she threw herself into the turnbuckle compared to Sonya shoving her into it.
Into the corner, tag.
Apparently tags are somehow legal when over half your body's out of bounds on the ropes. What? Ronda Rousey has every chance to lock in her armbar, but stupidly asks the crowd if they want a souvenir, which translates to, will Charlotte Flair please just kick me in the head already? I highly doubt those knife-edge chops are going to affect Ronda in any way, since her chest is mostly covered by a shirt and a soft robe. May want to try something else, Charlotte. Ronda Rousey continues to block every punch from Sonya Deville, yet the punches somehow still affect her. This is not really a good match, and adding the arm tied behind your back stipulation to Ronda made this worse, not better.
And Charlotte Flair with a cheap shot.
Naomi was watching Charlotte Flair the entire time and somehow didn't see that kick coming. Thus, it was not a cheap shot, Michael. It's Naomi's own fault she didn't counter in time.
And sending Charlotte.
That Hurricane Rana could have been fun and well executed. Unfortunately, Naomi's leg slipped off Charlotte before she could flip forward, so it's a sin.
Naomi kicks out at 2.
Come on. Charlotte Flair probably chose not to help Sonya Deville escape her demise because she too is bored of this match and wants to get out of here. I don't blame you, this is terrible.
It is the former WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre.
Actually that's the WrestleMania sign. I don't see Drew McIntyre at all in these CGI graphics. What are you looking at, Michael? Here's what this event totally needed. Another match involving Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss. Good thing they threw in a false count anywhere stipulation, otherwise I'd only be 1% interested. Now it's boosted to 10%, which is still not good. Also, we're seriously building this whole thing up for Drew McIntyre to take on Happy Corbin at WrestleMania when that match should have happened already? Holy crap, this is bad. Drew McIntyre is competing in a match that has a false count anywhere stipulation, which means the sword named Angela is legal to use as a weapon. Yet Drew immediately puts it away in a position where Happy Corbin could sneak behind him and steal it.
And Happy Corbin, look at this!
Drew McIntyre is the one who happily informed Madcap Moss of the false count anywhere stipulation for this match. Right now he's probably regretting it because of not realizing that Happy Corbin can legally get involved and turn it into a 2-on-1 handicap match. The fact that Madcap Moss somehow survived that without injury is the most insane thing that came out of this moment of the match. Huge blessing too, might I add. And props to the referee and Happy Corbin for immediately checking on him to make sure he's okay. Because holy shit, that was a brutal landing on his fucking head. While it's a good thing that Madcap Moss is okay, that doesn't mean you gotta make everything else look terrible. Like that not-so-dangerous throw across the announce table.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Michael Cole reminds us about how we are in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia about as much time as WWE keeps promoting this year's WrestleMania as the most stupendous two-night event in history. And I feel like smacking my head off my new desk. Not trying to start any controversies or trying to sound disrespectful by any means. But I really don't think making beheading references here is a good idea, Drew. Just don't do that again. Drew McIntyre gets a full fireworks celebration just for winning a falls count anywhere match against Madcap Moss. I never thought I'd ever say that. Lita is one of my favorite all-time women's wrestlers in WWE, but this match with Becky Lynch feels too random. Like, Lita was in some sort of feud with Charlotte Flair heading into the Royal Rumble, then randomly asked Becky Lynch if she could get a Raw Women's title match at Elimination Chamber. What changed her mind, honestly? Okay, I try to ignore DraftKings all night long, but they're literally promoting it in every single match here. This is honestly worse than the Hulu torture I had to endure for years. At least that went on for once a show, not every match per show. Imagine being a fan who holds a replica of the Raw Women's Championship belt and realizing that the replica looks a lot more realistic than the actual belt itself. Velcro strap on one side and the tiniest strap on the other. The tiniest strap not even be able to reach the Velcro strap.
I was trying to be nice. You're gonna laugh at me?
Lita is clearly not laughing at you, Becky. Are you just trying to come up with an excuse for anything these days?
Here it goes!
As much as I love Lita, she's really got to speed up when attempting to connect the twist of fate. The constant pausing is her just asking to get countered by her opponent.
And Becky.
Conversations during matches, as you could clearly hear Becky Lynch tell Lita, go for a swing. May want to turn down the microphones in the ring, guys.
The face of the champion.
Becky Lynch knows that Lita is in tremendous shape and can still kick ass, right? So why is she instantly taking her time and turning her back on Lita? Here you go, everyone. Let's continue watching this Raw Women's Championship match from this far distance. Sound good?
Lita has not been in a meaningful one-on-one match in 16 years.
It's a good thing Michael Cole said meaningful one-on-one match, because the last time Lita competed in a one-on-one match was against Heath Slater 10 years ago on Raw's 1000th episode. Damn, what a shot to Heath Slater by saying he ain't meaningful.
Becky's a very cerebral champion.
Oh, great. What are the odds that this is Michael Cole testing out the possibility of referring to Becky Lynch as a female cerebral assassin? Fingers crossed that ain't the case. Get well soon, Hunter.
Beck-sploder.
Wow, that DDT counter from the Beck-sploder was absolutely insane. It's that one moment when you think Lita is about to be put down and she suddenly strikes back. That was absolutely amazing.
The official quarter, though.
Lita managed to escape being pinned, which in turn caused John Cena to appear in the match and trip a very confused Becky Lynch.
Oh! Lita looking for a sleeper hold.
If Lita is attempting to lock in a sleeper hold, she's not really doing it properly. A forehead lock, sure, but not a sleeper.
Throw up for the twist of fate.
Lita has been really impressive throughout this match, proving that she could still hang with the best of them. Upon realizing Becky was going to counter the twist of fate, Lita quickly improvised with that epic counter. Best match of the night for sure, by an unfortunate long shot.
Lita's playbook. Becky with a...
Lita right infringement, even though that honestly was a beautiful attempt at a moonsault. I don't recall the last time I saw Becky Lynch attempted a moonsault.
Twist of 2004. Becky kicked out.
I won't lie, for a moment I actually thought Lita was going to win the Raw Women's Championship, and I would have been perfectly fine if Lita walked into WrestleMania 38 as champion and faced Becky and Bianca Belair in a triple threat too. Man, what a match. Even in defeat, you can't help but remove a sin for this emotional moment. Lita put on a hell of a performance and deserves the praise for it. Congratulations on simply being you. I'd say pre-match assault, but unfortunately there is no match that takes place, so the sin goes to the fact that the Usos and the Viking Raiders flew all the way to Jeddah just to not compete at all. Also, WWE had to choose which match would be cut from the card, and the one they selected was the match that had potential to be one of the best tag team matches in 2022. Let's keep a rematch between Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss on the card, but take away a first-time ever match for the tag team titles. Here are 20 sins. I'm so irritated.
WrestleMania is gonna be title versus title.
Why, though? That's the one thing I still don't understand about this title versus title match. Brock Lesnar never established why he was so desperate to have a winner-takes-all match with Roman Reigns, including going to great lengths to win the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber. He just did it. Explain why, or it's pathetic, which it already is. The first firework to the left went sailing into the air. The one on the right was so drunk it had no idea what was going on. Man, you can already see the look of depression on the face of Bobby Lashley, knowing how this entire experience is going to end up for him. I really feel bad, honestly.
You are either pinned or submitted.
See, WWE, even the fucking commentators no longer give a shit about the DraftKings advertisement, given you've shown it so many times tonight. Fuck!
Last night. Why do you think it sound weird?
Gosh darn it, Riddle is just too damn funny. He failed to kick his flip-flops all over the Elimination Chamber, then just played it off with the funniest whoops look on his face. Riddle is one of the best things around here. You gotta give it to him, bro. Admit it, this was a missed opportunity to keep Alexa Bliss's swing of the pod. Guarantee that Riddle would be having the time of his life on that thing.
Has no chance in hell.
Haha, fuck you.
Actually sent out a...
Rather than taking 818,408 selfies while talking, Austin Theory could have just sent a video message to Mr. McMahon about how he's going to make the boss proud. Hey, if RK Bro doesn't end up working out in the future, perhaps Riddle could team with Austin Theory. I love that Riddle just went with the selfies. Also, this was another missed opportunity. Since Brock Lesnar is the last wrestler to enter the pods, why didn't he already enter? We could have had him hilariously pose for Austin Theory's selfie after Brock himself took a selfie with Austin on Raw.
Challenge Roman Reigns for the universe.
Taking a sin off because I noticed this small detail. Brock Lesnar is used to leaping onto the ring apron during his entrance and has never been inside the Elimination Chamber before. Once he realized the floor outside is level with the actual ring, he looked surprised and confused for a moment. Rather than draw an X on the breath fog, how great would it be if Brock Lesnar drew a question mark to reference the Bobby Who jokes he kept giving Bobby Lashley? How AJ Styles was able to look at Brock Lesnar pretending to squeeze through the pod and ring post without laughing, I will never know. Seeing Brock with this much personality is so fucking great. You gotta love the crowd in Saudi Arabia singing along to the chorus of Seth Rollins' entrance theme. An imperfect sync, too. I guess the Tylenol is not recommended for me, unlike the days of off-sync Shinsuke Nakamura music. Man, I miss those fun days. I get that the point of the sequence was to write off Bobby Lashley due to the fact that he had a legitimate shoulder injury, which was his own fault for purposefully landing on his shoulder for every German suplex of the Royal Rumble. However, he was barely hit at all and was merely knocked on his ass. If anyone is believably getting taken out of the match, it's Austin Theory due to the buckle bomb. Also, if Bobby was never going to actually compete in this match and WWE knew this for weeks, why didn't they just have him get ambushed or something so he could relinquish the title? Sounds a lot more logical than getting knocked on his ass.
Now perched on the top rope.
Seth Rollins has Riddle hanging upside down in the corner, so he takes a sweet time admiring the view instead of taking advantage of his opponent, who is still fresh, might I add.
No one has been eliminated yet,
said Michael Cole after Bobby Lashley has already been escorted out of the Elimination Chamber and to the back, never to return.
Hoisting up Styles!
Damn, this was another missed opportunity. Could have seen Austin Theory connect a double powerbomb to AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, while those two hit a superplex on Riddle. I bet even Brock Lesnar in the pod would be impressed with that. Bobby Lashley has already exited the pod and it is no longer locked due to his elimination. So why is his name in the pod even an option here? Brock Lesnar should be automatically released here since there's no one in Bobby's pod.
Lesnar is irate. Lesnar just...
Unscripted as it was, that was the right thing to do on the part of Brock Lesnar. Even he knows the spotlight charade was pointless with him being the only one left in the pods.
Get to it a moment. So, it last and F5 leg. Rollins champion Riddle in chaos.
It honestly sucks to see Seth Rollins, Riddle, and AJ Styles all go down within 50 seconds. I'm already pissed off that we're dominating both world title scenes with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, but the way they're handling this is just making it worse. Not gonna lie, I would have loved to see how the rest of this match would play out if Austin Theory actually escaped the Elimination Chamber. Would he be disqualified for leaving? Would Brock kick open the pod glass and climb out from the outside? So many possibilities.
Oh my God! Brock Lesnar!
Major props to Austin Theory on taking that F5 from the top of the chamber pod. Brock Lesnar did his best to make Austin look great in the short time they competed against each other. But also,